You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
For certain, man.
Why are you still in character?
I know, but I don't have to tell you.
You don't know.
Man, I don't drop character till I done the DVD commentary.
Welcome back to Kirill Smashes Acting. I'm Kirill, actor, educator, cat enthusiast. And boy, what a good time it is to be a cat enthusiast because, well, I can't really go anywhere. We are going to continue our marathon of uploading as many videos as we can to keep you guys entertained, informed, and well educated during this time. A lot of these videos I'm actually going to be making as a favor to different friends of mine who are teachers and professors all over the country, because all of a sudden now they have to teach acting remotely. And for anyone who's never done it, moving a class from in-person to remote takes a lot of work. Usually before each semester, we get weeks to set up any online interactions the class is going to have. So now professors are having to do it on the fly for all of their classes, and that is a ton of work. So if I could save anybody even just a little bit of work, I'm happy to do it. So today's video is a special request. Shout out to Professor Andy Head up in Rochester. I see you working hard over there, and I want to send you all my love. He's a good friend of mine and one of the best teachers I've ever met. So now that we got that out of the way, we are going to be focusing on how to drop out of character. Keep in mind, a lot of what I'm saying is going to be the way I drop out of character and the way several people I've polled drop out of character. There are a lot of similarities between what I was going to say and what the people I polled said. So pretty much everybody's coming to approximately the same answer. So first things first, you have to understand that your body, which includes your emotional life, is an instrument. So when you drop into character, you're tuning your instrument to do what it is you needed to do during your performance. Everybody has their own way to drop into character. I drop in physically. I like to find the character's walk, their pace, their rhythm, and that gets my mind thinking like the character. Some people like to do it through journaling. They start thinking the thoughts of the character, and that way they could drop in when they're ready. Everybody has their own routine. The reason I say that is because we create that routine to make our instrument do what we want. But a lot of times we forget to make a routine that brings us back to us, to human. So when we work with characters that deal with a lot of difficult emotions, pain, suffering, anger, grief, rage, whatever it is for you, and we want to drop out, we have to have an understanding of what our instrument feels like when we're not using it. So the first thing you have to do is find the things that make you feel like you. What are your favorite songs? What are your favorite dances? What are your favorite movies? Anything that helps you understand who you are better. If you don't understand who you are, there's no way that you can snap back into yourself. So take a week and really investigate yourself. What kind of TV shows do you watch when you're trying to feel better? What kind of music do you listen to? Are you the kind of person that needs to sing along to that music to really feel it? Or are you the kind of person that needs to dance? Whatever it is, start taking a catalog of who you are as a person. If you don't know how your own moods are affected by art or the world around you, it's going to be very difficult for you to drop out of character and into yourself. So that's number one. Investigate who you are. The next step is start to make your dropping into character a routine. I always talk about how actor education and practice help you create consistent performances. So dropping into character should also be something that you can practice. Practice is essential. That kind of discipline and routine give us the ability to see what works for us as actors. What pieces of different processes can we use to create our performances? And just like your acting performance has a process, dropping into character should be part of that process. Whatever that is for you is correct, but it is something that you should practice to make sure that dropping into character is consistent. That doesn't mean it's going to work perfectly every time. It just means that it gives you direction on how to drop into character. Now, that same idea of dropping into character should be used on yourself. Just like when creating an outline of what the character is, what kind of mood they have, what kind of walk they have, you should know yourself just as well as you know that character. After your rehearsals or performances, try to have a routine that brings you back to you. Just like you have a routine that drops you into character, you need to work on a routine that drops you out of character. That could be something as simple as just run around the room for a minute. Or it could be as simple as listen to your own music. Find something that makes you you. For me, I just listen to music that makes me happy, and it helps bring me back to me. Honestly, dance works really well for me too. When I finish a show or a rehearsal, I put on something in my headphones, and I like to walk to my car or walk home and just kind of move to the rhythm of the music. And that helps me find who I am. There's nothing wrong with just going home and taking a cold shower. That too could work, or a hot shower, or watching your favorite TV show. Create a wind-down routine, so that way dropping out of character is consistent. I wish there were a more complex answer than simply create a routine, but if you take the time to study yourself and find what makes you feel like you, all of a sudden creating and practicing a routine doesn't sound like it's too daunting. But you have to know yourself. Now that we've talked about the ideas behind dropping in and dropping out of character, here's some things to make sure you avoid to make the process easier. Number 1, if you're the kind of actor that uses music to drop into a character, make sure that when you're choosing that music, you're not choosing music that you identify personally as much. Try to separate yourself from the character. The fun of acting is becoming another person. So if your character really just listens to the same music you do, that's going to make using music to drop out much, much more challenging. Number 2, when you're creating your routine on how to drop into character, try to be as specific as possible about what drops you in. Like I said, for me, it's the character's walk. That way you can use that same specific idea to drop you out, bring you back to your own walk as an example. That's why using different music is important, because then you could drop yourself into your music. Number 3, when dropping into character, use things that are different from yourself to help you drop in. That way you can kind of reverse the process. And finally, number 4, make sure that when you're rehearsing at home, you genuinely practice dropping into character, staying in character, and then dropping out. That way, even when you're rehearsing at home, you create a separation between who you are and who they are. Keep the worlds as separate as you can. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Feel free to share with any other actors or educators that this might be useful for. We're going to be making a lot of videos and posting a lot more to help any educators that might find this material useful or use these videos to help save time when they're making their online courses. We're also going to be doing a lot of live streams, so check out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Kirill_Smash. My week will be crazy with cats also, so look for all the updates. Say goodnight, Lily Cat. Good night, Lily Cat.